Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Tired of spills and stains on your sofa? WashableSofas.com has your back. Featuring the Anabay Collection, the only designer sofa that's machine washable inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly prices. That's right, sofas start at just $699. Enjoy a no-risk experience with pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and changeable slipcovers made with performance fabrics. Experience cloud-like comfort with high-resilience foam that's hypoallergenic and never needs fluffing. The sturdy steel frame ensures longevity, and the modular pieces can be rearranged anytime. Check out WashableSofas.com and get up to 60% off your Anabay sofa, backed by a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not absolutely in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping or restocking fees. Every penny back. Upgrade now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
I'm in Washington, the host of KQED's Snap Judgment podcast, and at Snap, we don't just tell stories, we live them. Every week, a different journey, like on a plane with Rihanna, a racetrack in Tijuana, a year inside an Oakland homeless encampment. Real people, real voices, with original music and cinematic sound. Snap Judgment from KQED. New episodes every Thursday, wherever you get your podcasts.
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Heather Dubrow.
And I'm Terry Dubrow.
And we're going to keep this between us.
But not really.
Speaking of our first topic, that was a very good segue. So we came across Oprah's word of the week, and it is pre-annoyed. And I have to say, wait, had you ever heard of this before?
I just heard about it 2 seconds ago.
When I read this word, I didn't even have to read the description because I knew exactly what it was. So when I was growing up and I wanted to ask my mom to go to a party or go do something or whatever, I would get into a fight. I knew I was going to ask her. I knew she was going to say no. I would have an entire fight with her in my head before I ever saw her or picked up the phone. And by the time she picked up the phone, I was already annoyed.
Pre-annoyed is like, you know, every once in a while you hear a song for the first time and you swear you've heard it before.
That's pre-annoyed.
When I heard the word pre-annoyed, know exactly what it is. For me, pre-annoyed is when you have to go out to dinner with that couple you saw 5 weeks ago in a restaurant. Hey, let's get together. And you make drunk plans. You go, yeah, great. That'll be great. And then all of a sudden, the day before you realize, oh my God, I have to get together with that couple.
It's so not the day before. It's the day of. This is what you do. You never know what the schedule is. And then when you know, oh, we're going out tonight with so-and-so, you're annoyed. And then we get in the car, and this is what he will typically do. He will look at me and go, 10. And I go, what? 10,000. 10,000 what? $10,000. What about $10,000, Terry? That's how much I would pay to not go to dinner tonight.
Yeah. We had a thing the other night that I was so annoyed about going to. Do you remember what it was?
No.
Yeah.
Because this happened.
Yeah. And I thought $20,000 I would pay not to go.
Uh-huh.
I was so annoyed about going to, but I will tell you something. You know,
but if it's a charitable event.
It was a charitable event.
No, but sometimes we'll just pay the money and not go.
I said to you, I go, why do we even have to go? Let's just send him $20,000 because that's what we're going to give him anyway. and not show up.
Because by showing up,
the support and all
you
that
support,
thing.
and just by being on a press line and all of that, it's important. It gives the charity visibility.
Extraordinarily pre-annoyed about that.
No, he was also just annoyed. There was pre-annoyance, there was annoyance, and I venture to say there was post-annoyance.
But I will tell you, first of all, I suspect
that we're in a simulation.
that
Are we going to go back to this? Oh my God.
This has to do with this.
Okay, go ahead.
That we're living in a simulation anyway, that none of this is really real.
Right.
Right. And I have noticed that if you get really pre-annoyed about something, whether it's going out with some friends or a vacation that you don't want to go to or something, it actually does that story arc thing that you might see on a streaming show where you expect it to be terrible and it weirdly turns out to be amazing.
This might be morphing into pre-dread. But here's the thing. Sometimes you need to get past this. Like I will talk to the kids on the phone and be like, oh, I have to go to this whatever, and I don't want to go. And I'll say, just go. You never know. And I will say, we were supposed to go to I'm not going to say whose party, but we were supposed to go to a party last year at the holidays. And Terry did not want to go. You want to talk about pre-annoyed. Oh my God, he did not. We had been out for several nights in a row because it was the holidays. And his social battery, which is tiny to begin with, he was done. Do you remember? You were like, can we not go?
Right.
And I said, no, we have to go, but we'll just go and we'll have a drink and we'll leave and we'll go to dinner. And you were so happy. You were like,
I was, well, when we used to do these things a long time ago,
yeah,
you were of the ilk, and I'm not criticizing, so don't,
Yeah, it's okay.
You are such a prim and proper person, particularly the way you grew up.
I would say appropriate.
Yeah. That if you went to a function,
I'd have to say goodbye to everyone.
Say goodbye. Hello to everyone. And before you could leave, you have to say goodbye to everyone and thank them. And
this might be like a New York Jewish thing too. Goodbye. You ever seen Murray Hillboy? That fabulous guy, and we met him.
Yes.
At the party I threw in New York. I love him. He's so funny. But he does a hilarious imitation of his mother. Goodbye, 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 bye,
Oh, right.
bye,
Right.
darling, bye, bye.
Which is the very worst thing to commit to, because that means if you do want to escape early, all you're doing is advertising the fact that you're leaving early and how rude it is.
I've gotten much better.
No. You've completely changed. You will walk into a party and go, let's get out of here. And you will dash. This Larry David guy is I love when he's asked about, do you have to say goodbye to people at a party? He goes, absolutely not. You just disappear, Come late, leave early. That's the way I like to do it.
Well, I also do understand when you start saying goodbye to everyone, it alerts other people at the event that people are leaving.
That's right.
Which tends to make other people leave. So
True.
it's actually, what I realized later is it's almost rude to alert the media to your departure. But anyway, what I was going to say prior was that event that I said, we'll just go have a drink and leave because your social battery was dead. So we went into this party and we had a drink and we were going to just take a lap and go. And we went into the second room and it was a sit-down dinner with place cards.
Oh, I remember that. And I flipped.
Oh my gosh. I turned around. I was so scared to turn around. I turned around and I go, we can't go. There's place cards.
Oh.
I mean, it was 2 long tables with place cards.
Yes.
I felt so bad. We had a reservation at Mr. Chow's. We were out of there.
But here's the simulation component of it. Remember how I told you that the worse the pre-annoyance, sometimes the best, the better the outcome? That turned out to be one of the most...
That was going to be my point. That turned out to be one of the best things because the girl I was sitting across from ended up being someone very significant in my life. And she's completely changed the trajectory of my career and things that are going on. And I love her.
And it was kind of a super enjoyable sit down.
It was great. So sometimes you got to go with the flow.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes there is a direct relationship or maybe an inverse relationship. No, direct relationship between the amount of pre-annoyance and the enjoyableness of the event.
Here's the problem with the pre-annoyance. Sometimes you're right. Like those phone calls with my mother, I knew I was going to be annoyed. So I had every right to be pre-annoyed because why give her a chance?
The problem with pre-annoyance is it can actually make it worse because you're already in a bad mood. You're already overly sensitive. There's this word that people don't know of, and even people in the medical profession don't really know this word. It's called nocebo. You know what nocebo is?
Oh, I love this word.
Yeah, everyone knows what placebo is.
Well, in case someone doesn't, explain what a placebo is.
So placebo, as most people know, is you get a positive effect from something that really has no effect just because you expect it to happen.
We call it the placebotron.
Yes.
So, meaning instead of taking Advil, you could take a sugar pill,
right,
and be like, "Wow, my headache's gone. I feel so much better." That's the placebo effect,
right? But there also is this thing called the nocebo effect, where if someone tells you this treatment or this activity is very commonly associated with something very negative, side effects physically or whatever, you will suffer those negative side effects in anticipation of of them happening, and that's called nocebo. And so it doesn't seem to necessarily work with pre-annoyance, because you would figure that pre-annoyance, I'm going to have the worst time, therefore you end up having the worst time because you expect it, you have the wrong attitude,
you have the wrong attitude.
Look for it and you make it happen. But weirdly, it kind of does the television story arc or movie story arc where what's the worst thing that can happen? Oh my God, the worst thing that can happen just out of the blue. And then you hero out of it and everything's wonderful. And that often happens with the pre-annoyance. But I think I wonder where she got that from.
I don't know, but
that's
That's an astute statement that it's an attitude thing. It is an attitude thing because when you are pre-annoyed about something, you're like, I'm going to make that phone call and this is going to be the result. I am going to show up to this place and this is what's going to happen. I'm going to show up and all these women are going to be mean to me, or I'm going to, call my mother and she's going to say no, or I'm going to go home. My husband's going to be whatever. You're pre-annoyed, and that attitude, it's bad.
But it's weird at this stage of my life, because I've had so much experience with pre-annoyance and the relatively positive experience that can follow a pre-annoyance. Uh-huh. I also am very concerned and weary of going into an event expecting to have the greatest time.
Oh, well, you can't do that
and
too.
And it always disappoints. And
like New Year's Eve.
The New Year's Eve always, but the best example of that is like when everyone tells you, that is the greatest movie of all times.
I knew you were going to say that.
It sucks.
Terrible, because it's like when we all saw Star Wars and people saw it before us, and although that really didn't disappoint.
Well, I will tell you, when I saw Star Wars, I saw it the first night it came out.
I was a child.
Yeah. And I was in a huge line in Westwood at the Bruin, that when they had those big movie theaters.
I was
they
in
probably
the Hamptons.
Still do. And I'm in line, and my best friend comes out. He saw the first showing.
How old were you?
I think I was 13, 14 maybe. And I'm in line, and he walks out, and he goes like this. I go, what? He goes, I don't want to say anything, but you're about to see something that's going to blow your mind. I go, really? He goes, I don't want to say anything. And that's why people do that. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to ruin it for you. I don't want to set your expectations. And I went in and saw, in a galaxy far, far away a long time. And it was like, and it was like, whoa. That's one of those things that really sort of did live up to the hype. Paris is the only place, in my personal opinion.
St. Bart
lives up to the hype.
Venice
is pretty cool now, because Venice in the past was a little dirty.
But you were different.
Yeah. Paris, it's the most amazing place. You get there, you go, this is, in person, you agree, it is one of the most amazing places.
Life's messy. We're talking spills, stains, pets, and kids. But with Anabae, you never have to stress about messes again. At WashableSofas.com, discover Anabae sofas, the only fully machine-washable sofas inside and out, starting at just $699. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics. That means fewer stains and more peace of mind. Designed for real life, our sofas feature changeable fabric covers, allowing you to refresh your style anytime. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa effortlessly. Perfect for cozy apartments or spacious homes. Plus, they're earth-friendly and built to last. That's why over 200,000 happy customers have made the switch. Upgrade your space today. Visit WashableSofas.com now and bring home a sofa made for life. That's WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Hi, I'm Cindy Crawford, and I'm the founder of Meaningful Beauty. Well, I don't know about you, but I never liked being told, oh, wow, you look so good for your age. Why even bother saying that? Why don't you just say you look great at any age, every age? That's what Meaningful Beauty is all about. We create products that make you feel confident in your skin at the age you are now.
Meaningful Beauty. Beautiful skin at every age. Learn more at meaningfulbeauty.com.
You think you know Snap Judgment? Yes, it's on NPR. It's a podcast, it's storytelling, but Snap has gone deeper, stranger, wilder. We've taken you places that the New York Times, the Rolling Stones, the Ambies, the Webbies, the Gracies all stood up for.
Welcome to the Podcast Hall of Fame, Glenn Washington.
Award-winning stories, original beats, soundscapes that drop you into the heart of the story. Find Snap Judgment from KQED every Thursday, wherever you get your podcast.
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
So is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? Are we creating the reality? So if we are pre-annoyed, are we creating the reality that we are going to have a bad time and we have a bad time, or we're just annoyed when the thing happens? Is it important to recognize your pre-annoyance and fix it?
Well, I that's interesting because the other day there was something that I anticipated was going to be
Was it me? Was it about me?
No.
Okay.
An event we had to go to.
Just checking.
I was so upset that we had to go to this thing. I was so tired. I was so not in the mood. And I was doing that.
This happens often.
I'm a victim and I'm being abused by life kind of thing. And I go, and then.
He really feels this way.
Yes.
It's a problem.
Maybe I'm a little weird. Although.
No, this is his real personality.
And so weirdly, because I believe we're living in a simulation.
Oh, Lord, don't get him started on
Weirdly, we get in the car to go there, and I had this sinking suspicion, you're so not looking forward to this, that this is going to weirdly be a good thing. And it turned out to be a great thing.
But look at how you changed your attitude.
No,
Yes?
It was a great thing. By the way, if it sucks, it sucks. I don't care how much pre-annoyance or anticipate. If there's something that's, well, I must say, okay, and then there's the other issue
like
of this.
I must say,
but I'm over-talking this. But you very much believe that you can create things.
Oh, listen to me. I am a manifester like you cannot
and
believe.
You can nocebo your way into a bad outcome. You believe that.
Yes.
If I say this, I say, we're going to get the table by the kitchen.
Oh, he creates
We're going to get a table by the restaurant where that guy comes out and goes, do not go in there. And that's where that table
We're going to be
is.
right next to those children.
Yes.
He creates
and then it's going to be a high volume bathroom door that every time it opens up, you get the waft of that guy's butthole, who had never learned the concept of the courtesy flush, by the way.
Okay, we get it.
By the way, can we advertise the concept of the courtesy flush for people?
Can we finish this first? Wait, do you guys know what a courtesy flush is?
I think it's time
everyone
people
knows.
Not in real life on a
Okay,
practical
go ahead.
level. Let me just teach you all something that I think is important. A courtesy flush is related to the concept that if you have to go to the bathroom in a public place, okay, you've not timed your colonic activity appropriately.
You will go, by the way, you will have a colonic event anywhere.
Okay.
I mean,
But if
anywhere.
I have to have a colon moment.
Women aren't like that. We stay slam shut until an appropriate
Okay.
time and place.
But if I'm going to a restaurant and it's like a single stall restaurant. I go in there and I'm having a moment. Okay.
Meaning he ate the candies.
I'm like
the sorbitol
my hand,
sludge.
I'm like this. Okay. My hand is on the thing, the
flusher.
plunger. I go bang, boom, bang, boom, bang, boom. It's like a slot machine. Okay.
That's
it
great.
comes out, it goes bing, 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 and it goes right out. And there's no tilting because nobody's going to smell it. Why do people sit there and they'll like sit on it and go? Oh,
Because a pig likes
and then
their
all
own.
of a sudden,
what do they say? A pig likes their own broth, sloth.
well,
What do they say?
But
broth.
Okay, but in that regard, I know this is becoming. By the way, this is becoming way too scatological. But just to finish the concept,
Okay.
because every guy listening to this can relate to this.
This is why people pass gas and flap the covers. They enjoy their scent.
No, there's a whole thing. It's not dissimilar from blowing your nose and looking into the tissue and going, okay, I'm proud of that.
People like to look at their poop. They
Well,
like
what
to see what
happens
they've
is,
created. It's
I
weird.
must say, when
See
I've
what
had
comes
a
out.
really good moment and I flush, I'm disappointed because I don't get to inspect it and enjoy it and get the pleasure of, I created that. So that's the problem with courtesy flushing.
By the way,
you
the
don't get
funniest thing ever.
You don't get that satisfying,
She's going to kill me for telling you this story, but the funniest thing ever was when we had moved down to Orange County. And I remember I was walking around the house smoking cigarettes when I used to smoke, the good old days. And like, what am I doing here? And Jenny came down. Jenny McCarthy came down to visit. We were hanging out. And whatever, she goes to the bathroom. She comes back. She goes, Heather, you've got to see this. And she pulls me in the bathroom to show me.
That's very Jenny.
It was the roundest
Yep.
circle of poop. And she made me take a picture of her, which I still have to this day. I've never published it, nor would I without her consent.
What did you do? Put your face down there and take a selfie with it?
She did. It's
She did?
Jenny's face with the poop.
So I remember in college,
She's the funniest.
I was living in an apartment and we went to this guy's house to hang out with him.
Boy, this
And
conversation has
you
gone
go
in a
into his
different direction.
bathroom and above the toilet was like this greeting card that said, "Can you top this?" And you open it up and it
there's
was
a
a
picture?
picture of that toilet bowl with it was more than 360 degrees.
Oh, yeah, Jenny could have
It,
beat
like
that.
went around and then another
Yeah.
time. So it was 360 plus 180. It was 540.
I think Jenny's got him.
Yeah. And all I could think of was, because I was in med school by then, I was thinking, how long is the large intestine? And I go,
That's such a you thing to say.
Right, hemi.
Who thinks about that?
You're right. Hemicolon to the transverse to the descent. And go.
And did the
that
math
is
math?
I looked at it. I kind of like, and I think that was the entire length of this guy's colon.
Wow, he could have had a colonoscopy at that point.
But why is it sometimes when you're able to evacuate particularly thoroughly that you feel
So good.
you don't just feel good? It's almost like the beginning part of the
Well, this
first
is like
quarter-
childbirth.
The first quarter that you haven't eaten all day, and you show up to the Polo Lounge at the Beverly Hills Hotel to meet some people you haven't seen for a while, and it's a beautiful day, and the first quarter glass of wine.
The best.
Oh,
So good.
it's the same feeling when you look down and it goes around the entire perimeter of the bowl.
You have that same satisfaction.
You just go and you like. I know
can
I
I
have
ask
to
you this?
flush. Disappointing, and I know I have to walk out. So maybe I'll just take a moment
and enjoy it.
and enjoy it.
Let me ask you this. What is the phenomenon? And maybe this is just a girl thing, because I swear, like, we don't go. It's a thing. What is it when, I don't think this happens to guys, but with girls, you can have to poop like really badly. You can have to go. And if you miss the opportunity, it goes away.
The train left the station.
It goes, does it go back up?
Right.
Does it go back through
Right.
What happens?
And it's like coming from Hartford, Connecticut, 2 hours away.
And it goes right
Yeah.
back to the station. It's like, there's an accident. Turn around, man. You're going back.
By the way, I think all guys can relate to that too. You have the activity, it's making the noise, you're getting uncomfortable, and you think, I better make this happen
Yeah.
now. Otherwise, it's going to go, yeah, no.
That happens
Doors
to
closed.
It happens
Doors
to guys too?
It does.
Does that pre-annoy you when you realize you have no place good to go?
It's unbelievably irritating. But that goes back to the my favorite thing to do when I walk into a pharmacy.
We did this last week.
I know.
We've done
and I
that.
get the sorbitol gummies.
Yes, we know.
And then I know in 3 hours.
I made a call back 2 minutes ago to
in
that.
3 hours, I'm going to have a can you top this moment. So maybe I need greeting cards left in the bathroom from now on. So when I do have those wonderful experiences, I can take a selfie and put it up there.
Okay, that sounds good.
I don't think you and I have ever discussed something so disgusting for so long publicly before.
I mean, that was a lot.
But by the way,
I will tell you though,
everyone will relate to that.
No, totally. But Terry and I mean, it's interesting being married to a doctor because, first of all, he really doesn't care about us at all. Like, unless you have blood profusely gushing from your head, and even still, I think he would say, pressure, 5 minutes by the clock and walk away. It's like nothing is bad because he is a general surgeon too, and he's seen gunshot wounds and all this crazy stuff. So any ailment that me or the children could possibly have is not interesting.
But that's not unique to me. I've actually seen on TikTok and Instagram, some son walks and goes, "Dad, I've got blood coming from here. It's fine."
Yeah, that's so funny. I've seen that.
one?
Yeah.
So
that's
I think
really fun. But I will say he is the best when something is really wrong. And people might not even understand this. I don't even know why I'm telling this story. But when I gave birth to the twins, we were at Cedars-Sinai in LA in the big fancy room. And when I'm telling you it was a big fancy room, it was a big fancy room for the airport Marriott that they charged you $20,000 a night or something for. It was crazy. But anyway, we were there and I had preeclampsia, so I had to be on magnesium in this monitored room, and you get very sick.
You were very sick.
I was really sick, and I didn't move for the first day, so I'd had a C-section, had the twins, and no one gave me any pain medication, and it was like this horrible period of time, and then I couldn't pee. Do you remember this? Couldn't pee, and so they wanted to recatheterize me. So if you know what a catheter is, they put it through the urethra. It's not that pleasant, and I'm laying there, I'm in pain, and for some reason, none of the nurses could do it. And Terry was so sweet and he was so irritated. He pushed them aside and he did it.
Yeah. I put a Foley catheter in your bladder.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
I must say
that's romantic.
Well, I went to med school and then I did 7 years of general surgery training. And in my era, they don't do this anymore, which is good. They don't do it, but it was good for us that they did do it. In my era, you had no supervision. You stayed up literally all night to the next night, every other night for sometimes 3 months. So you'd come in at 4 a.m. and you'd leave the hospital the next day at 10 p.m.
Isn't that crazy? But how is that even
and
legal?
Not even go to your call room. And you'd be operating and doing things the whole time. And we got 10,000 hours in like a year. And that's why in my day, when you came out of a surgical training program, you could do, and nothing
anything
scared you. And I could slice someone open.
That's why he was just like, spread them. Let me put that catheter in there.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. That's why, yeah. So it's not, I've done so much of that.
Does that lose the mystery with me, honey?
No, because
gone?
I don't see it. No, I mean, does it, lose the mystery of, looking at an animal when you've seen it sliced up?
I'm an animal now?
No, but seeing it sliced up on your plate doesn't ruin
this is
your
not a good
appreciation
analogy.
of the animal.
People do ask me, though, since you see naked people, mostly women, all day, people ask if that's weird for me. No. Why are you making that weird? And does that, do you look at me as a pre-op?
It's all, no. I mean,
because when we first met, I was like, it's real.
No, it's all context, like everything else. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, for example, I know you're not going to like this one either.
Good. I know, I could
but
tell.
if you think
pre-annoyed,
about it, yeah, if you think about it, the sounds, the smells, the what you're looking at while you're having sex,
right?
If you take away whatever hormonal and stimulatory experiences you're feeling, and just we're doing that, outside, and you weren't feeling anything, you might think this is disgusting and weird.
Oh, right. It's like if a kid walks in on parents having sex, it looks very.
Right.
It's like it looks aggressive, right?
But not only that, you might just go, but in the moment, it's all very, so it's context, So putting a Foley catheter in you to relieve you from
pain,
a distended bladder that could perforate and kill you, that's kind of something I'm doesn't gross me out, and it has no relationship to any sexual context at all.
Let's go back to pre-annoyance. So what about travel pre-annoyance?
Oh, I have it massively.
Yeah, there's two things in particular. One is weather.
Oh, God. See, that's the simulation. If I expect the weather to be good, it's going to be terrible.
See, I think we had bad weather karma for many years. Yep.
Well,
didn't
that was
matter.
Partly our fault.
No. So, some, yes. Like you go to the rainiest place on earth and yes.
I remember we'd get there and you'd book this vacation. I'm not ragging on you.
Oh, there's blame.
You'd book this vacation and it's raining. And then I go to the guy at the hotel. Wow, it's really raining. He goes, yeah, this is the rainiest week of the year.
Oh, you're talking.
And I go, wow, we booked the most expensive room in the rainiest week of the year.
Okay, now I need to qualify that. I was at a charity event and there was this gorgeous 5-bedroom condo in Punta Mita. And so I bid on it and we got it. And then I realized they only offered it for 1 week of the year, only 1 week.
Listen how rude this is.
And it is the rainiest week
you're
of the
so
year.
Charitable.
How generous of you.
Yeah.
So we went, but I had already...
Let me offer you to use my toilet when it's broken and has poop in it.
Yeah.
That's basically the same kind of thing. This is a callback.
Okay, thank you. We can let that fish go back into the stream. Anyway, so so this woman had put it, you were only allowed to go in the rainiest week of the year. So we'd already paid for it. We invited all these people to go with us, and we kept thinking it can't rain every day.
Every day.
I think there was 2 hours on one day. It didn't rain.
So that's post annoyance.
That was bad.
I was so pissed at her.
but forget about that.
Like, how charitable is that?
Okay, but that's not
You just basically scammed us.
Anyway, we had bad weather karma for quite some time. It didn't matter. We were going to the right place at the wrong time, the wrong place at the right time, or even the right place at the right time. For some reason, we just got unlucky with weather until, and this is my opinion, but until I stopped looking. I decided at one point, you know what? I'm going to do my research. I'm going to see where we're going. I'm going to find out the right time of year to go. And you know what? Other than that, there's nothing you can do about it. And I have to say, ever since I had that switch, we have had great weather karma.
Honey, but you just acknowledged that you picked the best time of year to go.
But I used to do that too.
We used to pick the worst time of year to go.
Those were very isolated. And 2 times I messed up. I love this. 2 times I messed up. One was that charity thing, which wasn't really my fault. And the other time was you wanted to go to Hawaii and you wanted to go to Kauai. And I'm not really a Hawaii person, and I don't really know. I grew up on the East Coast. I don't really know a lot about Hawaii. So I looked for the nicest hotel, which was Princeville, which is on the lush side of the island. And I guess most people stay in Poipu, which is the drier side of the island. Yep. But I didn't know that. So that was a fail.
Yep.
But other than that, I swear, we were always going to the right place at the right time. We just got unlucky.
You have made traveling, which I don't like to do generally, so much better.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to share with people at the risk of bragging, because, we try to never do that irritating,
However, continue.
However, the way we travel is so much easier than the way we used to travel.
Well, that's for sure. Well, listen, we're older. We have more resources now, and we've learned. So we know what we like. We know how to do it.
But so at the risk of bragging, should we tell just the really, this is something to strive for everybody in your life who wants to do the finer things. And I'm not talking about jewelry and, fabulous vacation.
Why?
Why what? Why do I want to talk about this? Because I think people don't know these even exist.
No, I meant, why can't we talk about jewelry?
Oh, okay.
Let's be real. Life happens. Kids spill. Pets shed. And accidents are inevitable. Find a sofa that can keep up at WashableSofas.com. Starting at just $699, our sofas are fully machine washable inside and out, so you can say goodbye to stains and hello to worry-free living. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics, they're kid-proof, pet-friendly, and built for everyday life. Plus, changeable fabric covers let you refresh your sofa whenever you want. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa anytime to fit your space, whether it's a growing family room or a cozy apartment. Plus, they're earth-friendly and trusted by over 200,000 happy customers. It's time to upgrade to a stress-free, mess-proof sofa. Visit WashableSofas.com today and save. That's WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Hi, I'm Cindy Crawford, and I'm the founder of Meaningful Beauty. Well, I don't know about you, but I never liked being told, oh, wow, you look so good for your age. Why even bother saying that? Why don't you just say you look great at any age, every age? That's what Meaningful Beauty is all about. We create products that make you feel confident in your skin at the age you are now.
Meaningful Beauty. Beautiful skin at every age. Learn more at meaningfulbeauty.com.
You think you know Snap Judgment? Yes, it's on NPR. It's a podcast, it's storytelling, but Snap has gone deeper, stranger, wilder. We've taken you places that the New York Times, the Rolling Stones, the Ambies, the Webbies, the Gracies all stood up for.
Welcome to the Podcast Hall of Fame, Glenn Washington.
Award-winning stories, original beats, soundscapes that drop you into the heart of the story. Find Snap Judgment from KQED every Thursday, wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, it's Brian Christopher. Ready to chill this summer? You're in luck. I'm hanging out at Chumba Casino, and you're in for a treat. Chillax with hundreds of games, daily bonuses, exciting spins, and epic prizes. It's all here, always free to play. Kick back, have fun, and head to ChumbaCasino.com. Let's make this summer legendary.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See T&Cs. 21+.
So
it's going to talk about Taylor Swift's
when
ring.
we travel, we don't go to the airport. We go to this place that's about 1.5 miles before the airport. And it looks like it might as well be part of the CIA or Pentagon. It's impossible. You have to give identification. These doors open. And you pull your car in. They're there. 5 people are there. They immediately take your bags and they take you into this suite that's like a hotel suite.
And there's everything there that you would get at the Hudson News. So if you need a neck roll or a razor or a hand sanitizer or a charger, it's just all
alcohol.
there.
It's all there.
And then there's food
and it's all
booze.
free. It's all free.
It's free for a fortune for getting the suite.
Yes. Okay. Then they take your ID and they take your bags and whoosh.
They have their own private TSA. So you never go into the airport. So you go there, they handle your bags, you go through TSA, and then they drive you on the tarmac to the plane.
You get into a perfectly brand new, clean BMW.
Beautiful. There's
right
water,
there on the tarmac.
There's some mints.
And
they drive you to the plane.
They'd say, when do you want to board? Early, middle, or late? And they go, oh, let's board late. Okay. So then you're in the room, they come and they go, it's about 30 minutes to your boarding. Would you like a cappuccino and a glass of champagne? Whatever. You go, no, maybe a little more vodka soda with a splash. Okay. And then all of a sudden they come in, okay, we'll be boarding and we'll be leaving in 5 minutes. Then they take you out. They walk you through the TSA, which is you. There's no one else there.
By the way, we're not sponsored at all. We pay full price, but it's called Private Suites.
Yes.
It's really good.
Yeah. And then you go out there, and right before you get into the brand new BMW, there's final beverages, final things. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Super nice.
Yeah. And then you get into the BMW and they drive you on the tarmac all the way to the plane. And then you walk up to the plane.
It's like the place where, when you have your kids and you're traveling and you hate your life and you drop your stroller right there at the gate check. Because we've done that.
Right at the plane door.
Yeah. That's where you come up.
Then when you land, instead of going the jet way, the door opens, it says Dubrow, and you immediately go whoosh, right down the stairs
do the same
onto
thing
the tarmac
backwards.
to the brand new BMW with all this stuff, and they go get your bags. and you're in one of those rooms while they're serving you.
And they bring your bags to you.
Yeah. So not bragging. I just want you to know this is one of the reasons to really work hard and try to be successful.
So you don't have to go to the airport.
Because one of the things that happened to me is once I got significantly successful, I lost all interest in material things.
Well, I'm glad
it's
we're
like the worst thing that ever happened. I don't like cars, jewelry, clothes, nothing. And I've got resources to have whatever I want, and I don't want anything. Well, the worst overlap in my life.
Yeah. I'm glad you're talking about this because this is a good segue for me. Well, first of all, I just want to qualify something. I didn't say you hate your life because you have children, just because it's hard to travel with children and strollers. That's what I meant. No hate, please. I'm glad you brought up this whole subject because that's a good segue for my next conversation, which is Taylor Swift and, Travis Kelce got engaged last week. Mm-hmm. And did you see how beautiful the proposal was?
Oh, God, are we going down this road?
Yes, we are.
My least favorite conversation of all time.
Because
so we're about to talk
my For You page shows proposals.
What did he do? What do you do? How do you propose to Taylor Swift anyway? What do you do?
You do something romantic. You know what he did? He did this gorgeous floral setup in his backyard, and they were I like that it was simple, and I don't want to harp too much on them, but it was like simple yet elaborate. Here it is. And what I liked about
that cost $250,000.
Listen, that was the elaborate part, but the simple part was apparently her dad told the story, or his dad, saying they were supposed to go out to dinner, right? And he goes, hey, before we go out to dinner, let's go grab a glass of wine and sit out in the garden or whatever. And she's like, all right, and went out. And that's what it looked like. And that was, because here's the thing. I'm interested because I think they're the closest to royalty, like to a royal marriage that we have in the States. But what I also find interesting, and I don't know the answers to all this, but what I'm assuming is they had already discussed getting married, that the prenup was probably already worked out. I think all of the financial things and that stuff was probably already handled by the time he planned this proposal, because I would think they're smart enough to push that stuff out of the way so they could, enjoy. And I did notice there was no picture of her like this, as girls sometimes do. Anyway, I bring this up because when we were getting engaged.
Oh, are we really going with this story again?
Well, the people want to know, and I've gotten questions since Taylor got engaged. People are like, how did Terry propose to you? And I go, that's a great story. Let me tell you.
Maybe that's another episode.
No, it's not. So,
like the never happened episode.
So, the lost episodes. So, Terry and I, because we were older, and we had talked about getting married, and we had gone and done the ring together, as one does when it's expensive, which makes sense. Not everything has to be a surprise. But when you've already discussed these things and you've already picked out the ring and it's imminently happening, one would hope for a little thought put into it, a little special moment. Now, granted, things aren't as grandiose. They weren't as grandiose back then as they are now, right? Okay, I could live with that. However, Terry and I were on a plane headed to Paris. Mm-hmm. And of course I'm thinking, well, here we are going to Paris. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming this is the moment. I pack all the appropriate clothes. My nails are done. I am ready for my Parisian moment, assuming it's happening, which I think it might be happening, because I think the ring is ready, and here we go. So we get on this flight, and we're sitting there next to each other, because this was before they had lie-down seats in the first class.
There weren't even lie-down seats.
Section. So we were sitting up, and we were about 5.5 hours into an 11-hour flight. Ladies, what do you look like 5.5 hours into an 11-hour flight after you've had 2 cocktails and a salty meal? And you're watching a bad movie? What do you look like? I'm going to tell you, me, not good. Anyway, watching my movie, he's sitting next to me, watching the movie, and all of a sudden, he leaned over and kissed me, and he's like, I love you. I'm like, I love you too, watching the movie. And then again, but I really love you. Go, really love you too. Watching the movie. And then finally goes, will you marry me? And I thought, you know, you have 12 thoughts in 1 second. I was like, oh my God, that sucked. And then I thought, okay, you're not marrying the proposal. You're marrying him. And I went, yes.
Okay.
And then we kissed. And then he was so relieved. It was over.
Why was I relieved?
Because the ring was expensive. It was in his pocket, whatever. Other men have done this. And then he's so relieved it is over. He tells the flight attendant who presents me with a bottle of limo champs that I now feel bad leaving on the plane because they've all signed it that I have to walk around with this limo champs in my hands. And he's so happy it's over. He goes back to his movie and he's fine. It's like when you argue with a guy and 2 minutes later they've forgotten about it and you stew for 3 days. I'm in the seat now.
Pissed.
Irritated. I wasn't irritated. That's the wrong word. I think I was disappointed would be the word. Disappointed, not irritated. Disappointed. And I was like, yeah, but the ring's so great. I love him. And he's like not paying attention to me anymore. He's got the earphones on and he's watching the movie again. I was like,
I checked the box. But I will tell you that I more than made up for it when I re-proposed.
Well, you made up for it a different time, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, I re-proposed probably multiple times, but
no, you didn't.
The most expensive time I remember.
Lie.
Was,
that is a lie.
Okay, but I did it at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
This is true.
With this shiny thing that cost probably twice as much money.
Probably more.
Yes. In a much nicer way. So I made up for it. So thank you very much.
So this was a terrible proposal. And again, this is before social media. So I didn't even have, that not FOMO, but like that.
By the way, thankfully, thank God, it was before cell phones.
That's what I'm saying.
So no photos on the plane.
There were no photos. Oh, no, I have a photo. Bullshit. I have photos.
How did you have a camera?
I had a camera. Oh,
way before cell phones.
Photos of you and me.
There weren't even Blackberries.
On the plane after we got engaged. Oh, I'm going to go find the photo.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, I have it. I'm going to find it. Okay. So listen, there was no social media, so I couldn't feel as horrible as I would today if I saw all these gorgeous engagements. And honestly, every day someone comes into Pilates, like this girl, Celine, she's so cute. She came in, she told me what her fiance just set up for her. I cried. I don't even know them. It was so beautiful. Okay, so this is what happened. So it was a terrible proposal. I let it go, but I didn't. And then I said,
I can tell.
And then I said, maybe someday there could be a gesture that you could fix this. So what happened was, I think it was 2 or 3 years later, we were living in LA. I was on a TV show. Terry's commuting. He's working down in Orange County. And he goes, hey, get dressed. I'm going to take you out to dinner tonight. I said, okay. So it was just a random night. And so he drives all the way from Orange County back home to the Palisades. We were living in the Palisades. And I had like a hot little dress on, whatever. And he said, oh, you can't wear that. You got to change. And I was like, why? And he's like, just wear something more conservative. And I went, okay. So I changed. I pulled out the only white silk blouse I had and a pair of slacks. And I was like, good, yes, get in the car. And we're driving and we're going back south, heading back down to Newport Beach. Driving. I'm like, where are we going? And he kept stopping and asking for directions. And I found out later we were just early. So he was, stalling. So anyway, so we're driving. So we pull in to this parking lot. And I looked at the thing and it said University Synagogue. And I said, oh, isn't this Rabbi Rocklis's temple, who is the man who married us, and the rabbi who married us, who we love? And he said, oh, is it? He goes, I don't know. We got to go around this corner. So the Friday night service was being let out, and we're walking up, and he walks me into the temple. I'm like, okay. And we walk in, and we see Rabbi Rocklis, and he looks at me, and he goes, you have a very romantic husband. And I was like, I do? What is going on? So Terry pulls me off to the side and he gives me this speech. And he said, I'll tell you parts of it, but he basically said, look, when I met you and when I proposed and when we got married, I knew that I loved you and I wanted to marry you and be with you for the rest of my life. He goes, but I don't really think I understood, with my parents having been married so many times, each of them, and I didn't really get it. He goes, and here we are on the precipice of, wanting to have kids and start a family. And anyway, he proceeded from there to tell me all these really beautiful things. And now I'm sobbing in this side. And Terry he's the best man on the planet, but he's not always good at saying those kinds of feelings. And he said all those feelings. And I was like, oh my God. And so we walked into the temple and it was empty except for the two of us and the rabbi and his then fiance, Ruti, who was also the cantor, who's the singer. And the two of them remarried us, and they did a ceremony for the two of us as if there were 300 people there, and it was just the four of us. And it was because it was empty, it was echoey and beautiful. And then at the end, Ruti sang this song with her and her guitar. So the Robert Browning poem, Grow Old With Me, the Best Is Yet to Be, Mary Chapin Carpenter had put it to music. And she stood there and she sang it. And the two of them were engaged and we were still newlyweds, 3 years, whatever. And she sang it and we just all stood there, the four of us, and cried, and hugged. And it was so meaningful. He just said to me, I wanted to marry you alone, just us.
So if I have then made up for it, why do we keep telling the story?
Because there's more jewelry to be had.
Thank goodness that I've lost interest in all these things.
I'm just kidding, but isn't that so sweet? It was the sweetest thing ever. Maybe the most romantic thing you've ever done.
So there was Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. They were Benifer, right?
What are we? Tether?
No, there
Harry?
was who? Jennifer Aniston and
I don't know. What's your point? That's called being shipped.
What are Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift?
What do they call them?
They have a name for them yet?
I'm sure they do.
It's got to be, it's trailer. It's like trailer trash? I don't know. What do you call them?
You've been working on that one for
No,
a few
I haven't.
minutes. Yes,
I was thinking.
Tavis? They're not, by the way, they're not trailer trash.
No. But Tavis, to be honest with you, sounds like an anatomical structure somewhere between
the taint,
the
yes.
perineum and the front of the anterior
sounds
genitalia.
Like the taint.
It's just 3 centimeters anterior to the taint.
It always comes back to the rectum, people. Just so you know, stick with us, because when he says between us, what he means is between them.
Yes.
That's
what
he
means.
So it's
like, oh, my taint. My traint. What is it? What are they called? Traint?
Taint. A taint here, taint there.
No, not taint. Travis? Traint? Tavis.
Tavis.
Oh.
Tavis. Oh, my Tavis
I've got
hurts.
some redness in my Tavis.
My Tavis.
I might need some antibiotics.
Yeah. I might need some ointment for my Tavis.
Steroid cream.
Well, thank you for listening. And remember that we release episodes every Wednesday at 4 a.m. Pacific. And you can listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Weirdest podcast
ever.
There's nothing like sinking into luxury. At WashableSofas.com, you'll find the Anabe sofa, which combines ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. And get this, it's the only sofa that's fully machine washable from top to bottom, starting at only $699. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabe has you covered. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your home. Right now, you can shop up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Fox One is now live. It's the new way to stream all your Fox favorites all in one place. That means NFL Sundays and college football games, breaking news with the Fox voices you trust, and your favorite shows streamed as they happen so nothing gets spoiled. With Fox One, you get it all live. Edge-of-your-seat plays, jaw-dropping moments, and that feeling like you're right there in the action. Start your 7-day trial today. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions. Fox One, we live for live. Streaming now.
Chances are you've been to the doctor recently, and you probably handed over your insurance, your ID, and even your social security number. Your doctor is just one of many places that has your personal info. And if any of them accidentally expose your details, you could be at risk for identity theft. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second. If you become a victim, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock and use promo code iHeart or go to lifelock.com/iHeart for 40% off. Terms apply.
Untold Stories, Life with a Severe Autoimmune Condition, a production from Ruby Studio in partnership with Argenix, is back with Season 4. Join me, Martine Hackett, as we explore the realities of life with myasthenia gravis, or MG, and chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy, or CIDP. We'll uncover the stories of resilience and self-advocacy in the face of uncertainty, from overcoming misdiagnosis to finding empowerment in small victories. These are moments that change us. Here's a glimpse of what's in store.
Whenever I go to my specialist, he mentions the R word, remission. Is it possible? Like, is it over? But also knowing it's never really over. But just being able to say, hey, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Stay the course. Don't give up on yourself. Every single person living with the autoimmune illness has a life worth living. And it's up to you to define that, to capture that, and to go guns blazing.
Follow and listen to Untold Stories on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.